All right, well, where we wanted to be, we did what we had to do today. We were down a couple guys, but I think our guys knew that individuals that step up, new guys would have to come in. And we were facing a really good program that in many ways was a mirror of ourselves, and we would have to outplay them. We'd have to outrush them. The turnover margin would have to go our way, and ultimately, we would just have to fight harder. And I think we did all those three things. What can you say about Tommy Malott and his performance? Obviously the guys on the other end, Lance and Nate in particular, making plays. Defensively, we certainly gave up some things. We didn't tackle as well as we'd like in that first half, but our guys, I think, at halftime recognized what they needed to do and came out in the second half and did it. And once we got that lead, I think we were able to continue to keep their quarterback off balance and certainly made them one-dimensional, which with that team is huge. So, so proud of our guys. Think about where they were at 2 years ago up in Fargo, losing that game, and I think there was a resolve to get back to it. And they don't play in 20. Coaching change, and it was apparent when I got the job that it was still a really determined group that would really banded together. Had added some new guys in 20 and all that, but the core of the guys, felt like they were close in 19, and to get back here to be playing at home and to finish the deal, to take another step, so proud of them, and I think they appreciate where we're at, but they're not done yet. So just can't say enough about just the belief in each other, the belief in our staff. It just can take you a long ways when you got a bunch of talent to go along with it. So with that, I'll open it up.
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of spoke to it. How much would you say you credit to depth, belief, other things for being able to overcome as many obstacles as you had the last month or so?
Yeah, one thing we did, we shifted gears on how we practiced. Going back to the spring and the fall, trying to get more guys ready. That's a formula that we went to at NDSU back in 2009 and carried on at Wyoming. Just more guys on the field, more guys getting prepared, so that a day like this, Rylan Orr can step in and start his first college game, and we don't skip a beat. Many instances of that are just guys being prepared sooner than later, and a lot of credit goes to Sean Heron and his staff. I think over the course of this season, it showed that we're a better conditioned team than most of our opponents. There was a sequence there. I thought our defensive line, they just hung in there and kept coming after them. Some of those guys, they left it all out there. I know that, and Sean and his staff prepared them to do more, and they bought into a different way of doing things, both with how we practiced and how we went about the summer. And I think it's continued to show throughout the fall, and in particular the last 3 weeks.
A lot comes with playing your last home game, no matter what, especially for the older guys, the seniors. So how'd you think those guys handled it? And sometimes there's pressure involved with that, but I mean, every single one of those guys played one of their best games.
Yeah, I think this was a little bit of a bonus. I think some of them maybe felt like they played their last game a couple weeks ago. So to get back here, we talked a little bit about just playing with house money, and part of that was getting another opportunity to come back here and really not making it about this last game, just the environment, but just playing in this environment one last time and allowing that environment to feed us. And there's no question it did. 20,000+, whatever the temperature was today, it's amazing. That was an electric environment, and I know it helped us, and it certainly played against South Dakota State.
So you can play with house money. I mean, talking a lot is just unbelievable. I know you got belief in him, but that game was outstanding. What are your thoughts on just his overall performance?
Well, he carried the ball 34 times. I think the plan was to try to be 25 and 30, but knew it was going to have to go that way. And I think the good thing with where he's at in the grand scheme of things, 14 games, he's really played the entirety for 3 games. He's not carrying the wear and tear of a full season. He's got 3 weeks to heal up off of this one, because I'm sure he's going to be a little bit sore, but just such a competitor. He's a really good talent. I mean, he's a great talent, I think, running the football in particular, but what he's done as far as throwing the football and just competing, extra yards here, he makes something out of nothing. I don't know how many times in that game, and I'm sure, for them defending him you know, while he's completing balls on the edge, and then when things break down, he's making plays. That's really hard. So, you know, I couldn't be more pleased with what Tommy's done the last 3 weeks.
And his ability to respond too, right? I mean, he fumbles and he throws a 64-yard touchdown.
No, yeah, that's who he is. He's pretty level-headed, to say the least. You probably just saw him up here a few minutes ago. Level-headed, but a fire that burns in that kid that's unlike a lot of guys. So, you know, appreciate him because he hasn't played a whole lot, but to grow each week like he has been something.
It looked like he was getting kind of emotional at the end of that game. I'm just curious how you've seen him handle this stage from a mental, emotional perspective.
Well, I think the first game, the Martin game, Tennessee Martin game, I think things were going really fast, and I don't think it overwhelmed him, but you know, I think he had to be out there and kind of, you know, experience the bullets flying a little bit differently than he had in previous games. And really since then, I think he's handled that all pretty well. You know, he tries to keep things in, you know, and I think, shoot, he's a kid from Butte that just taking his team to the national championship game. I mean, it's okay for him to be a little bit emotional, but I think he can just stay in the moment and make it about the next play, and not, you know, he's really good at that. You know, I had to prompt a smile out of him after I think we went up 31-17. I said, it's okay to smile. No, Tommy, just relax. You know, no one was in front of him. He was probably gonna have to carry the ball a bunch, and he smiled and, you know, quickly got a pretty serious face on his, you know, smile on his face again. So
I think you called it a interesting twist of fate playing Wyoming to start the season. Mm-hmm. So now what are your thoughts on playing your alma mater in the national championship?
Well, I think when the brackets came out and they were, you know, put in that position where they'd be playing at home, if we were fortunate to do the things that we did, I felt like there's a pretty good chance we would play them. So I look at it from the perspective of that's the team that made it to the championship. That's the team we play. It's also the same team that ended, you know, Montana State's season in 19 and 18. So I think our guys have competed against them, and they're hungry for this opportunity. No matter who we played, but you know, it's for me whatever. Honestly, it's who we play, and that program is awesome. Has been awesome for a long time, and you know, just like today, you know, we're gonna have our hands full. Just like last week, we're gonna have our hands full, and we need to prepare and get our guys ready to go, and you know, go down there with a sense of confidence. They're certainly going to have familiarity on their side. I have a little bit, but it's been a while, so we'll get our guys as prepared as we can and go down there and play as well as we can.
Having played that in the national championship before, just do you have any kind of perspective that you feel like you can share in trying to handle this time window?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think sequencing these next 3 weeks, having been a part of it and not having it be completely new, I'll certainly fall back in those experiences, because you do have 3 weeks. We do have Christmas in the middle. We want our guys to be able to get home and experience Christmas with their families, but at the same time, we want to prepare to win a football game. So it's, I think having gone through it, in particular this 3 week window, I think there was a year maybe we had a 2 week window. The 3 week window's, it's long, but I think we'll use it. We could use 3 weeks right now. You know, hopefully we get some guys back, and hopefully out of today we're not in too bad shape, but you know, you go down and you got that opportunity to probably, you know, really put your best team out there, you know, given it's your 15th game.